So my question was, how do you feel about friends who like they don't share the tea with you? Like they're private friends or like they're like secretive about what they have going on, but like you give all your tea to them.
Okay, so I've had both type of friends. I have friends who dump on me about everything, and I also have friends who like kind of don't tell me shit. Maybe it's because like my one cousin, she tries not to tell me shit because she feels like I'm gonna come at her crazy. She's my little cousin, so I'm gonna tell her if you're being a dumbass bitch or not. And that's probably why she specifically doesn't like telling me
Right,
stuff.
right.
But when it comes to like friends, if you really think of me as a friend, family's different. Like I brought up my cousin because that's a different type of thing. Like it's like normal for you to feel like, oh, I don't want my family to know this. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right, for
But
sure.
if you have a best friend, it's like this is what we're friends for. I don't expect you to tell me every detail of your life, but if I'm sitting here with you for an hour and I'm telling you like personal things, rather my feelings, my personal situations people don't even know about, and you don't got shit for me, like I think that's fucked up. Like you don't have criticism, you don't got a story for me, you're not telling me nothing. Like I don't know nothing about your life and you know everything about mine. That's when I personally would kind of like try to evaluate my friendship with that person. Like, is it that you don't trust me? Did I do something to make you feel like I'm going to judge you, or what is it? So that's how I feel about that.
So I'm one of those type where like if I've created a safe space for my friend, I expect for them to be comfortable to tell me whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I've been like super judgmental, if I've
Yeah.
like thrown things that they've told me back in their face and shit like that, then I think that's a little bit different. I can understand why they wouldn't want to tell me things. But if I've just been very open on my own stance with like my own business, and I've made it clear to you that like you can tell me whatever and I'm not going to judge you, like you can tell me stuff and I don't even have to give you my opinion. If you just want to vent and like energy dump, like
Yeah.
by all means, like you can do that, and you still choose to not tell me, I take offense to it almost in a way, because it's like, well, damn, like
She either doesn't trust you. I will take it as you A, don't trust me 100%, or you're hiding something from me, or there's something that I've done to you that you haven't spoke about. You know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? Like, what is it? Why do you feel this way? Like,
I would take it as
yeah.
like you're my best friend, but I'm not
But
your
I'm
best
not your
friend.
best friend.
You
Do
know what
you
I
have
mean?
someone that you energy dump on and it's not me? And like, I don't know. I almost get offended sometimes. Like, damn, sis, like I just told you my whole life,
Right,
like, and
right.
you didn't tell me shit.
And it's like I'm not like a big for information kind of person anyways, but I just hate like, okay, so like say your homegirl and her nigga is going through some shit and like they're on a break or they broke up
Yeah.
or whatever, and it's like she don't want to talk about it. Okay, those first couple days, maybe even the first week or so, I could understand. 3 weeks later, you still don't want to tell me about what happened with you and this man. Why? Why? And it's like I don't like when people try to, they want to uphold this certain image of themselves so badly that
Yeah.
like they just don't want to look a certain type of way. Rather, they were done wrong or they did
That's
wrong.
true.
You
That
know
is
what I'm
very
saying?
true. You don't want your friend to look at you like, you don't want it to be like, oh, damn. Because, no one likes to get played. It's like you don't want them to look at you a certain type of way. Or if you did something wrong, you also don't want them to look at you a certain type of way. But, like, I personally, I've been through embarrassing situations with my friend. I've told her things I didn't want to tell her. She knows that I've done stupid shit in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I think you just have to have that kind of relationship with them. But some people don't speak on shit. Like if you did something to them, they're not going to speak on it. Or if they feel some type of way, they're not going to speak on it. I personally feel like if you're not telling me shit, you don't trust me, or you have a relationship with somebody else. And I don't want to be the person who dumps on you if you're not, if you got
Right.
somebody else to dump your shit. I don't want to do that because now I feel like I'm a
It's
burden
not equal.
or I'm
Right.
inconveniencing you or something like that. I don't want to feel like that.
Which is why I definitely like the dynamic that we have where like we kind of take turns
I
jumping
know,
on each
right?
other.
1 week, 1 week.
Like we kind of take turns dumping on each other, so like it works. You know what I mean? And I don't really think that so far that there's been situations that I'm not comfortable talking to you about. You know what I'm saying? Because I think at this point it's like she knows me well enough to know that like I'm a good person and like I mean well. So even if I did something wrong or if something happened to me, like it's not a judgmental kind of situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like this is a safe space. Like we can talk about the shit. But I do think that it's, for me, it's weird. It it makes it hard for me to want to be friends with somebody who doesn't feel comfortable enough with sharing with me, even though I'm telling them all of my fucking business.
Yeah.
You know
We
what I
don't
mean?
have equal feelings about each other. Like, sis,
Right.
you don't feel the way that I feel about you. And I don't like that. Like, I like that I have a good relationship with you, but I feel like I have the relationship with you. You don't have the relationship with me. Like,
Right.
I hate that shit. So I already know.
Definitely
It's like, dang, you feel like you can't tell me? Like, I know if you haven't talked to somebody in a while, you don't hang out with them all like that. Okay, you might be funny about telling them your business, but if I'm friends with you and I have to limit my information, then I feel like we probably shouldn't be friends like that. So,
I agree. I also feel that way when so I've never done this, but my friend's friend is real good for, we haven't hung out in months. And then when we finally do get to hang out, she'll bring her own third party friend with her. And my friend is like, bitch, I haven't seen you in months.
And you're bringing this
I
bitch
want to
on?
talk to you about
about my shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That
And
is
now
facts.
I can't because you got this other bitch around who I don't really fuck with like that. And I don't know if I want her knowing my motherfucking business.
At
You know what I'm saying? So I also don't like those kind of situations where it's like, honey, if I ain't seen you in a minute, no.
Don't do that.
Like, let's link up first, and then you can bring your homegirl. At least let me spend at least 30 minutes to an hour alone with you before you bring in that other person. Because, girl, I don't want to talk about the dick that I sucked or whose mama I
In
slapped.
front of
You know what I'm
her.
saying? Like, I don't want to do that. Like,
And that's the same situation as when you got a boyfriend and it's like you either A, always got to bring your boyfriend to hang out with your girl, or he always got to be around. Or the other situation is you're always telling your nigga my business. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit whatsoever. Now I do have one friend where she has a fiance and we're all friends, and she tells me like, hey, if you got a problem, yes, I tell my man because we figure out how we're about to help you out type shit, whatever. Or like, yes, I talk to him about it. I tell him everything. Okay, now I know what to tell you and what not to tell you. You know what I'm saying? But as far as bringing your nigga around or bringing another friend around, that shit be pissing me off. I know females who legit don't hang out unless their nigga is with them, and I hate that shit. And as far as the friend thing, I think
it's
that's
giving
weird.
blink. It's giving blink twice.
Giving controlling vibes, and you are not allowed to have friends. And then, if I haven't seen my friend in a minute, and you're bringing another friend, bitch, are you bored hanging with me? Like, do you not like hanging with me? Like,
or you're trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Exactly. Like, and I know us adults have busy lives. We don't have time to constantly hang out with each other. And there might be times where it's like, oh, I want to go to brunch with both of my friends instead of one. Okay, great. But ain't no way. And I'm not telling you, there's certain shit I can't tell people because it's like, I know you're going to tell your nigga. I know you're going to tell your best friend. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that.
See, I'm one of those where, like, even when I was in a relationship, now I'm going to be straight up. Sierra knows all my motherfucking business. And if you told me, she might know your business. She might know it too. You know what I'm saying? But as far as my man, honestly, the type of men that I like, they don't want to be like, she smokes out with me any fucking way. You know what I mean? They don't want to sit up and listen to me gossip, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I want to talk about my work day, you know what I'm saying? If I want to talk about maybe some family stuff I got going on, they're willing to listen to that. But as far as like me telling my man, my friend's tea, he's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Exactly.
I don't care about this shit. Like, why are you telling me this? Those are just the type of guys that I fuck with. But even if they weren't like that, I wouldn't want for my man to be looking at my friend a certain kind of way. Because when you get to telling your man too much shit about your homegirl, now it's like the next time y'all go out, in his mind, he's like, yo, your friend's a slut. And because you done told your man all her
Your
business.
stories, now she really is.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Now it's like, oh, he's second guessing whether or not you guys should be going out to the club by yourselves or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Or I know what she's doing when she with her.
And it's your fault because you done told this man all your fucking friends' business. Like, I just think it's in order to like keep your friend kind of up here and not have your person looking at her like she's a bottom feeder, you probably should just keep her business business.
And that's just like with friends too. Like when I have little bickers with people, I don't always tell Chi at first right off rip because she'll be like, oh, I don't like her now. You know what I'm saying? And then if I decide to forgive the bitch, she not gonna forgive her. She gonna be like, I don't know why you're friends with her. So,
right, because that ain't her friend.
That's exactly how it is. Yep. So you just have to like keep in mind the things that you're sharing when you're in that type of space. Because I know when I'm pissed off, I want to call a couple of my friends and complain about some shit.
Absolutely.
But or if a bitch pisses me off, I gotta call my friend. Do you think I'm wrong for this?
Yes.
She'll be like, no, you're not. You're not wrong.
I be needing a girl. When you was talking to me earlier, I'm like, no.
Nah, you're not wrong for that.
I'm like, man, tell that bitch die slow. Okay, the fuck? No.
Because don't do me.
Yeah, no, I feel that 1,000%. I definitely be needing my friend sometimes, just so that like, because I might be too close to the situation to really understand like the full scope of things. So it's like, let me explain this to my friend, and if they're really your friend, they're gonna tell you whether or not you're tweaking or if what you feel is valid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that could definitely be helpful. Do you feel like there is a difference between how you dress when you go out with your friends versus how you dress when you go out with your man?
Well, it depends how the man is, because there are some men who want you to look sexy and live your best life. Of course, I feel like females are more comfortable to dress slutty around their friends because they don't want their man to be like, why are you wearing that? Or you think you really should wear that or whatever. But you said, do I think there's a difference in what you wear?
Well,
a little bit. So if I'm with my man, I want to be sexy, but I don't want to be slutty. I don't want to give off slutty when I'm with my man. But when I'm with my girls, I might want to give off slutty.
See, I feel like I'm vice versa. Only because I feel like when I'm with my girls, I want to kind of look like I'm the girl that has a man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can approach us as a group. Like, I'm not trying to cock block my friends.
I get that.
But I want for it to be clear, like, they got chest, arms, legs, ass out. I might only have just my chest and my legs out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, or I might just have my back out and my chest, whatever. Versus like I got everything on display, so I'm letting you know, like, nigga, it's fair game. You can come through. You know what I'm saying? And I really am just doing that just for the sake of me not having to tell a nigga all night long, like, I got a boyfriend, I got a boyfriend, I got a boyfriend. But when I'm with my man, I personally, I want to look sexy as fuck with my man, and I might want to look a little hint of slutty. Just so that way, before the night even starts, he's like, hell yeah. Like, this is mine.
Understandable too.
I'm going home with her. She's coming home with me. And I mean, obviously, I expect for men to look whether I'm with my man or not. But if I'm with my man, it's very clear, like, I'm with my man. You know what I'm saying? It's off limits. Now, I've had guys tell me before that it should be, like what you said, like, it should be like the reverse. Because they feel like when you're dressed a certain kind of way with your man and you're attracting a bunch of attention, it could be a potential issue that your man has to regulate. However, if you're with a man that's secure,
that's true too.
He shouldn't even be paying attention. He gonna be like, yeah, this nigga staring you up and down, but this is not mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not even like let me put my chest out and like, you know, all rah with this shit. It's just like, nah, like, yeah, baby, you look good. And they're looking at you. But he can't look at you the way I look at you. He can't give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want my baby to be comfortable with doing that. Like,
that's why I said it depends on the man, because you're going to have some guys who are going to be like, oh, well, my niggas is going to be around. You're not wearing that. You know, other guys are going to say what you said. Well, you're mine. What they gonna say? You know what I mean? Like, so it's different, but it just depends, I guess. Now, me, I don't let no one tell me what I can and what I cannot wear, but I guess I don't want him to be like, oh, my niggas are lusting over you. Why are they your niggas then if they're lusting over me?
Right. They already wrong. Mm-hmm. They're the problem, not what the fuck I got on. Mm-hmm. But you're right. I guess I'm thinking more of like girls' night versus date night. But if it was like me and my nigga and like his friends, then yeah, I can see why I probably would be a little different with it, just because there's obviously other men in the universe, but when there's other men sharing the same space as us, yeah, I don't need for your friend to be looking over at my titties the whole fucking night because they're right there in his fucking face. You know what I mean?
Niggas don't give a fuck. Like, they're gonna look at, if your dude is with a bitch, they're gonna look at the bitch.
Oh, for sure.
They're not like us. They don't give a fuck. They're going to look, like, 100%. They're gonna look. They're gonna judge. They're gonna say whatever the fuck they want to say. But yeah, I like the slutty look with me and my girls. But see, like you said, date night and going out with the friends, that's a different thing too, because like you said, you want to look slutty for your man. I want you to like look at me slutty, so that way when we're done here, we can get slutty.
You know what time it is.
So I get that.
You know what time it is. Or it could also work like when you out with your girls. Like if you live with your partner and he sees you leave a certain kind of way, he kind of already knows. Oh, when she come back home, like I'm getting what the fuck I got coming to me. You know what I mean? But I definitely think it really depends on your relationship dynamic and what kind of man it is that you have. Because if you are with a man who is not sure of himself and is not sure of y'all relationship, you're really setting y'all up to be arguing at 4 o'clock in the morning about what the fuck you
At
got
4
on.
a.m.
About
I
what
like
you
those
got
men who
on.
be like, yeah, babe, go have fun. I can't wait till you get back. 'Cause they know I'm giving
Yeah.
pussy away when I get
Yeah,
back.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's big. It's big going. It's big going.
Yeah.
But like I said, at least. But it also depends on what kind of friends you have. Because I'm one of those kind of friends, like where if I know that my friend is in a relationship, I probably am going to overly respect her relationship because I don't ever want for her man to be like, man, every time you get around Jen, you just get to switching
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying? You just get to switching up. You get to acting whatever, and she don't
You
respect
get
the
to acting
boundaries.
single.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like no, 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 no,
Yes.
no, no, no. I'm going to be very mindful of the fact
Yeah.
that that you're in a relationship and there's boundaries because you're in a relationship. So I probably wouldn't be as willing to put us in situations around other men simply because I know you have a
Yeah,
partner
true, too.
and I don't want to like disrespect your relationship. But question, hypothetical. So say you go out with your homegirls and you're in a relationship and the club is jumping, whatever. Your homegirls meet some guys who they might have already known before, or they could be complete strangers, whatever. And they're like, after the club, we're gonna go to this spot and go get some food. Do you go to the spot with them to go get some food, or because you're in a relationship, do you go home?
The spot to get food where there's other niggas at, correct?
So your homegirls met some niggas
Right.
that want to take
And y'all
them.
go out to eat, right?
Yeah.
So because I'm a sucker when I'm in a relationship, I'm probably just gonna be like, I'll catch up with y'all then, you know what I'm saying? But it's never because my man don't trust me around other men. It's because if you going out to eat with some bitches, I'm cussing you the fuck out. And there's that.
Oh.
Because why you need to go out with them at 2 in the morning, bitch? Where the fuck is y'all going? Like,
I think
no.
it's like it's levels to it, and there's other hypotheticals that come into play. Like if we all rode together, I'm not gonna now be like I'm about to get an Uber.
There is
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I mean?
factors.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be like, well, no, I'm just gonna go get an Uber and just go home. I'm not gonna go with y'all. But I do get what you're saying as far as like being a lover girl. Like if I like really am into my man, I'm probably ready to get back to him or
you
ready
could
to
just
go
call
home.
him and be like, babe, they want to go out with these dudes. They want me to come, but you can come get me. If not, whatever.
Or meet us or something. You know what I'm saying?
Something like
But
that.
I would just hate. I get what you're saying as far as like you would be salty if the roles were reversed and he just like went out with some hoes. I could totally understand like being like, what the fuck do you mean? But I personally, I'm the type of girl where like I want my man to choose me in every situation. So, and if he doesn't choose me in some situations like this, like I wouldn't be upset, but I don't want to. I don't want him to feel like it's a requirement that okay, well the club is ended and my niggas want to go here with some bitches. Well, no, I can't go because my girl's gonna feel some type of way. I would want for my man to be like, whether my girl feels some type of way or not, I want to
go back home.
You know, I want to go back with her. And if he decides that he don't want to go home and he want to go out, like I won't hold it against him. I just wouldn't want for it to create a pattern. I don't want that every time you guys go out, y'all end up having to go to the after hour spot. Y'all end up having to go get food afterwards. It's like, damn, nigga, every time you got to go that extra mile. Like, you can't bring your buckethead ass home. Like, I might have a problem with that. But like I said, I want my nigga to choose me. Like, if I'm calling you my man and I'm your woman, you've chosen me. That's why we're in this dynamic. And every day, because I'm not gonna be with an ugly man. Right. I'm going to expect that you probably have opportunities and spaces for you to talk to other women or be with other women, but you're choosing to still fuck with me. You're choosing to do right by me. Like when I say I want to be chosen, like, I mean it like that. Like I want for my man to make the cognizant decision time after time after time after time that like I could do this, but no, I'm gonna go this way because this is where my girl is at. This is what she got going on. This is what I want to do.
And that's when people say there's just certain shit you do and don't do out of respect, which is like, you have to know that your bitch really wants you to be back home with her. Like, just let them niggas know, I'm good, y'all can go, but I'm good. You know, it's not necessarily because you're not allowed to go.
Right,
you know what I mean? It's because it's not that my girl's feeling some type of way, but I know she wants me to be here with her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's a control thing at all. Like I said, I'm a sucker and I be doing shit, so I feel like I'm probably just gonna be right back at the house in your armpit.
Right,
in your
right,
motherfucking
right.
armpit.
Absolutely, right in that little part that I like.
Yes.
No, I feel that 1,000%. I guess it's like I learned when I was like getting older that the more restrictions you put on men, the more likely they are to
They're
do
gonna do
silly
some
shit.
shit, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
I be trying to give my man as much freedom as possible. And like I said, just choose me.
Yeah,
Choose me.
choose
You know what
me.
I'm saying? Like I'm gonna give you your freedom, I'm gonna give you your space, live your life and do your thing. And if you fuck with me, you're going to continue to choose me. You know what I mean? And I don't even have to tell you like any of this shit because, like you said, you know that your girl wants you to come home versus going to that second spot. So take your dumb ass home. You know what I mean?
I shouldn't have to fight with you or tell you like, oh, you need to be coming home instead of being with them. I want someone who knows like, oh, my girl would rather me be with her, rather we just watching TV
Right.
or laying down. Let me just go back there because I spent really the whole night with my niggas, so
Right.
it's really not necessary for me to be with these other raggedy ass bitches. So
You really don't need to.
Yeah,
I guess it just depends. But like, if your niggas playing like wingman though, or like taking one for the team, how do you feel about that?
in a relationship though, because my man would beat my ass if I took one for the team. Okay, you taking one for the team, okay, bitch. But no, taking one for the team though. But what is your I've taken one for the team before in real life. My definition of taking one for the team is I'm fucking the ugly friend. That's my definition of taking
Or
one
entertaining the ugly
yes,
friend.
or entertaining the ugly friend.
Or not even the ugly friend, but just entertaining the second party, the other person.
Okay,
You
so
know what
if
I
your
mean?
man came home and told you like, hey, we just had that situation and I had to take one for the team, you're about to be like, well, what you mean you had to take
No,
one for the team?
I definitely want more information.
How you took one for the team.
I want more information.
If it's just, oh, I got to sit there with her and converse with her and I ended up just not getting her number, not nothing, I might not be that mad, but why are they requiring the man with a girlfriend to take one for the team? So that's my thing.
I mean, I get that. I guess, I don't know. I would
I
just
wouldn't
hope.
put you in that position as a woman with a man that you have to take one for the team.
I don't think that I would either, but if it happens, you know what I'm saying? If it was just like, say you and I, say in this situation right now, where you are, where we are right now, are you in a relationship?
I'm in a thing.
I'm in a thing as well. In my mind, though, I am operating as a woman that's in a relationship. Is that
in
fair?
my brain? But I'm technically single. But in my mind, I do operate as a person who is with somebody.
Damn. Okay. So I don't know if this. Okay. So we're just gonna have to make up some hypothetical shit. Okay. So in this hypothetical situation where we are right now, okay, you are in a relationship and I am single.
Right.
Okay. Two guys come and sit right next to us right now. All right. And the one guy, I'm very clearly into him. He's very clearly into me. And they're like, well, what's up? Where are you guys going after this? Like, can we go like to 16-bit or can we go to Top Golf or something? Are you going to say, Jen, I'm in a relationship. I can't go nowhere with these niggas at all. Like, sorry, babe, you're on your own. Figure it out.
I'm not going to say I can't go at all, but what I will say is I do want to. When I say take one for the team, I'll sit here and converse with the man so you can have your time to talk to the other man or get comfortable or whatever. I'll do that. And if you want, that's an arcade though. 16 bits like an arcade. It's not like, oh, we going to dinner and I got to sit here and act like I want
no, that's
this
a date.
bitch.
That's a date.
That's like, so I would say, see, being in a relationship, if I was in one and you're not, I would still go to 16-bit, but I would also let it be known that I'm in a relationship.
Fair. That's
I would still go to 16-bit though. Like, okay, we can go kick it. Like, all we're doing, and it's not my fault that he brought other men's, but I just need to know better than to do what I'm not supposed to be doing.
Right. No,
so I would go.
Same, but you said the right thing though. Like you would just let it be clear to the other party, like I'm coming so we can all have fun and have a good time. But I am in a relationship. Like,
I'm not saying we can't speak. I'm not saying that we can't all have a good time. I'm saying that I'm not looking at you in that way, and we're all just kicking it. Like
this ain't that.
Yeah, like they getting to know each other. We don't need to do that.
Right. Like this is not. This is not
for them.
So then, in what situation do you feel like it is a requirement for you to let somebody know that you're in a relationship?
So in that situation, mostly if we went the 16-bit route where we all go out and hang out, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna love hanging with me and they're gonna be like, hey, we should do this again. Let me get your number. And I think that's when the appropriate time will come. Like we did.
Oh, after we already went and hung out. Oh, girl, I'm telling before we go. But
Before we go is cool. Like, but this is the thing. If we're just, it really depends on the vibe. If I know that you're trying to fuck with me like that, yes. But there's time. What if the other nigga don't even like me? What if he's just
taking one for the team?
Yeah. What if he's just there because okay, she's bringing somebody, I'm bringing somebody. I've been in those situations too where they didn't even like each other. They were just there because we were there. You know what I mean?
Right, okay.
So in some situations, you're not trying to fuck with me like that. I don't have to like, do that, but you want my number now, you want to do this again, you're trying to be too much with me right now, then yes, I'm going to say something. I don't want to ruin the vibe and be like, oh, I'm being corny, I got a boyfriend, we can't talk. Like, no, you know what I mean? But yeah, I do feel like if y'all start to get too like chatty or whatever the case, or you just feel like they're coming at you in a different way, yes, I'm definitely telling you now that I have a man. And you know how it is with men. Men can say what they want to say, but y'all be in that situation and do not automatically say you got a girl. Like, you legit wait the whole time until the bitch is like, what's up? Like, now you say you got a girl. Like,
if you do it then.
Yeah, if you do it then.
Because you might literally wait until the tip is in before you like, so you know I got a girlfriend.
I just want to let you know before I keep going. Like
boys, actually go fuck the hell.
Yeah.
Okay. So in a situation where like I said, like you go out with you and your homegirls, and you're the one, and you're the friend in the group that has a boyfriend, and all your other friends are single, and so you guys are out like in the club, you guys are meeting people, you guys are conversing with people, socializing, whatever.
People in relationships do that though too. People in relationships mingle. Not saying that they flirt. Right. You know what I mean? But we are allowed to talk to other people. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So if we're like, I don't know, I just don't feel like if we're kicking it, it's not, oh, I got a boyfriend, by the way. The nigga could be like, I wasn't even trying to fuck with you like that. You know?
Right,
and you ain't going to come at me like that. So,
I'm just like, as a grown woman, I know when a man is attracted to me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
that's
like,
when you got to say it.
So exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I'm not even about to try to play those little games of like, oh, well, I just didn't know, and I didn't want to make it seem like I thought that he was into nah. I know when a man is fucking attracted to me. And at that point, I feel like that's when I need to be like, oh, so like, you haven't crossed any boundaries or anything. Like, the line in the sand has not been crossed yet. However, I think it's something I need to speak on that, like, I'm in a relationship. I've already spoken for.
You're feeling me.
You know what I'm saying? I already spoken for. I already have a man. And my main thing is, like, because I don't want to ever be embarrassed, I would just never want to embarrass my man. And you never know who knows who. You don't know, and you don't know who knows your nigga. And the type of men that I like, they're likable people. You know what I'm saying? They're connections. People. They got connections. Yeah. They got their network is huge. So like there be times where like you're so mad that I call him Samsung, but there be times when I used to hang out with Samsung.
If this girl calls this man Samsung, look, she calls him Samsung because he had an Android and he was, how old was he?
When I met him, 43.
Okay, he's an uncle. He's uncle.
Okay, he's a saucy little unk. Okay, he's a saucy little unk. All right.
But that's Samsung, the Android ass nigga. But go ahead.
The Android ass nigga. Samsung sounds better than the Android ass nigga.
All right, Samsung.
But I mean, his name, I started calling him Samsung Mike because his name was Mike. But Samsung just works. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm talking to my girls, it's just like Samsung. You know?
I put my face like that because he's gonna be watching this podcast. Like,
let me see.
Everyone knows who Samsung is now.
Let me see it. If his name, what's his name on my phone?
Her phone says Samsung Mike. I ain't gonna say what my phone says.
The fact that I was like, I met this nigga like 3 years ago, and his name is still Samsung Mike on my phone.
You know how many mics there are, though? You got to differentiate. This is Samsung Mike or iPhone Mike.
And this is Samsung Mike. But the funny shit is my name in his phone is Jenn from Anejo. And when I noticed it, girl,
that's where you know me from?
Yes. Like a year later, I called myself from his phone because I had lost my phone in his car somewhere. I called myself from his phone and it comes up on his card. It says Jenn from Anejo. I'm like, nigga, we've been fucking around this long. Why does it still say Jenn from Anejo?
Do you only know who I am because I work at Anejo? Is that why it says Jenn from Anejo?
You know what I'm saying? Because you could have just. How many Jens do you know? How many Jens do you know?
That girl Jen with 2 N's.
Thank you. Ooh, okay. So that's what I was saying. I would have rather him have Jenn with 2 N's in his fucking phone, or literally just Jenn spelled with 2 N's, and it say Jenn from Anejo a year later. But as you can
A
just
year
tell,
later, it's fucked up.
as you can
for
just
it to
tell,
say
it's been
Jen from
3 years and
Idaho.
his shit still says Samsung mic on my phone. So whatever. Any fucking way, I
I'd have
digress.
just put Samsung.
Because that's what I call this motherfucker. Yeah, why did I bring him up? What were we talking about?
Well, we were also. He's one of those people you move
Oh,
like
yes.
you were in a relationship,
He knows
but not.
he knows so many fucking people
Yes.
that like if we were out, I would have no idea. Like literally people come up to him, he's going up to people. We went to like 3 different spots one night and he knew somebody
Yup.
every fucking where that we went. So just for the sake of like me not getting myself caught up or me embarrassing my person, I'm gonna definitely make it very clear I am already spoken for. So the last thing that you finna do is go sit up with your homie and be like, oh, I met this girl at the bar. Her name was Jen. She gave me her Instagram.
Oh, that's her name? Okay.
She gave me her Instagram, and now you showing motherfuckers me on Instagram, and they're like, oh, that's such and such girlfriend. That's such and such girl. No, you're not doing my man like that. Not mine. No.
Girl, there's
would
somebody
never.
like that I used to mess with too, and it's like, look, I don't care if I could be on the west side of fucking Lorraine or in motherfucking Beechwood, Ohio, bitch. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Somebody knew this motherfucker.
Mhm.
Like, oh yeah, you live in Lorraine County, you live in Cleveland, whatever the case may be. Oh, you know this person. I'm like, damn. Well, how the fuck did you know him? I'm trying to get away from this nigga. Like, what do you mean?
Oh my God, I'm trying to be incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
You go to the little bars where you think it's like the little side low key bars. No, that's where all the motherfuckers be.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I thought Anejo was a little low key joint. No, Anejo
No,
is not a
Anejo
low
is
key
not.
joint.
Anejo is like the pit stop bar. So you're gonna go in there. You're either going to get food or going to get a drink before you go to the other spot. You're going to the other spot and then coming
And
to
then
Anejo.
going to Anejo, yup.
It's just. Girl, that's how I met him.
Anejo days though. Anejo
Girl.
was funny. I remember when you used to work
love
there.
That's how I met Samsung Mike. Like it was a slow ass like Wednesday or Thursday. And what I will say that I loved about Anejo is that it was a spot that the niggas would meet their niggas at to like discuss business and like do shit or whatever. So he had just came back from I think he came back from Miami or something. And he did something with his phone down there in the sand that had like fucked his phone up. Mm-hmm. So when he came there to meet a couple of other people. Mind you, one of the niggas that he came up there to meet was a nigga who a week prior to was trying to get on with me. Yeah. But that nigga came up there and he brought a bitch with him. So I'm thinking like, nigga, why the fuck is you trying to get on with me and then you bring a bitch up, whatever, don't even care. So when Samsung came up to the bar and he was like, one of y'all got a charger? I take a charger with me everywhere. So I was like, oh, yeah, I got a charger. And he was like, nah, I got a Samsung. And I was like, you got a Samsung? Like, what? I'm like, your stock just went down. He was like, your stock just went down. Fuck you mean? It's that new Galaxy. I'm just like, no, baby, no. And he was Samsung like from that moment the fuck on.
I'm laughing about that because I remember I used to be in the Galaxy family. Like I had every fucking Galaxy. I legit was not a iPhone user until the iPhone 10 came out. That was my first iPhone, okay? So when
damn.
That was my first defense, Jen. Like how Samsung said, oh, I got the new Galaxy.
Boy,
Go hell, that was me. And now every time I text somebody and it's green, I be getting salty. My daughter is only in middle school. She's like, Mom, why is their messages green? They don't got an iPhone. I'm like, I'm tired that you guys even care.
Listen, I do because, so listen, when I first started fucking with him, and he was like, well, what's the difference? Like, who really cares? I'm like, if I want to FaceTime you right now
I care.
and show you all of this, I can't even do that. He was like, oh, but there's this app. I said, so now I gotta install an additional app on my phone so I can FaceTime you. I'm like, no. I said, I can't even send you my location.
Weird. And when you like my messages, it's weirder.
Yes.
Because it tells me this person likes this.
Yes. It's just like, it's too much, bro. Like, no, I don't like that shit. And I'm like, I can't send you my location. I can't share my location with you. How you feel about sharing locations?
Well, in a relationship, I never did that shit. My ex used to be like, you want me to send you my low? I'd be like, nope, because I ain't sending you mine.
Well, sending and sharing is two different things. You're just not into
Okay, so I'll send you my location where I'm at. But as far as you knowing my location all the time, I think that's really weird. Like, there's going to be a point in time that both of y'all are just going to be in a mood and you just don't want that motherfucker to know where you at, okay? And you going to wish you was not sharing that location that day. Just like him. It doesn't mean you're cheating or doing anything. It's just like, I do not want this crazy bitch to pull up today. Please. Like,
but
it's like that.
But what if you're not a pull-up bitch, though? I'm not really a pull-up bitch.
You know what? People say they're not pull-up bitches until pull-up circumstances arise. So
Valid. Goddamn.
so
That's valid.
yeah, because I can say I don't do this anymore, you know, and then I catch myself in certain situations. Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing that. So
But see, at that point though, if I even feel like I gotta pull up, nigga, you already in the wrong.
yeah, that's
you already
true.
fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's already other like factors and circumstances that are playing part here that are making me feel like I have to not pull up. But if we're like in a healthy, like, not toxic,
And you're
there's
not constantly
bullshit,
checking, is she lying or
you
is
know
she
what I'm
really
saying?
here?
Like,
That's different. Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a very long time since I've been like madly in love with somebody and like in a committed relationship. And in that last situation, I shared my location with him, but that was mainly just because like I don't give a fuck. If you call me right now and ask me where I'm at, I'm gonna tell you where I'm at.
I'm gonna tell you where I'm at.
So what's
right,
the difference?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just might as well have it. And like, I had his location at one point, but then he turns it off.
Why'd you see? That's my thing, Jen. That's why I
what
said
did
I'm
it.
not sharing, because the minute you turn it off, now I think you're cheating.
Yeah,
And now I got
you do.
questions, and that is that.
He turned it off, and of course, because he was a street person, he had all these excuses under the sun as to why he had turned it off and this and the third, whatever. And it's like, baby, they're not looking for you.
You sell dime bags. They're definitely not looking
Well,
for you.
he definitely was selling more than dime bags, but either
Don't
way,
care, they're not
the
looking.
federales
are not looking.
the federales are not looking for you. Like,
They looking. They got some. Y'all think, you know, especially the weed guys who think, oh, the police is listening. They're not listening to you.
Yeah,
Especially if we're dealing with certain shit. They don't care about you. They're not listening to you. None of the nature.
it's like, baby, you're not even pushing enough. You're not making enough money. You're not making enough noise. Like, there's no reason for them to be spending their time listening to you argue with me on the phone.
And we say that, but you know, real life Fed agents will laugh about little ass shit like that. Like, we is not wasting our time on this. Like,
honestly, they be waiting for especially the feds.
They wait for the big
They
shit.
build. They let you get away with whatever, so they could build a fucking case on your ass. So that way, because you know those cases, they don't be getting found not guilty. If you got a Fed case, they already know they're going to get a guilty fucking verdict. That's the only reason why they have prosecuted your ass to begin with.
They do not play
because they
with
already
that
know.
shit. Mm-hmm.
It's like, boy, they're not thinking about you and the little fake weed bags that you got. But my baby was a big dog, so it was that he definitely was doing some shit. But it's just like, nigga, then if that's how you feel out the gate, then you shouldn't have your location services on this fucking stupid ass iPhone at all. Don't even use the GPS if that's really how you feel. But you know, he was doing some shit. I'm assuming because a couple weeks later, I was just like, some shit just didn't add up, and I was just like, oh, this is around the same time you turned your location off.
That's my point. There's nobody ever does it for no reason. It's never gonna be for no reason. It's always gonna be for something. Because for real, I would never turn it off. Even if I was being sneaky, I'm not turning it off. I know he's looking when he hits me up like, hey, what's this new location that you're at? Now you got to come up with some shit to say.
But see, the thing is, when you turn off your location, it sends a notification to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, as soon as you go to your text thread, it'll literally say such and such, stop sharing your location.
I forgot.
So it's like you're already fucking caught, my dude. You're probably better off just doing whatever the fuck it is that you were gonna do, and just keep your location on and just hope that I'm so preoccupied with other shit that I'm not even looking at your location. But like, I honestly, because like I have my best friend location, and I only check her location before I contact her. Because if she's at work, depending on what time it is, I'm not even gonna bother calling her because I know that she's fucking busy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's usually when I check locations, just so like I know where you're at before I go to reach out to you. You know what I mean? That's really what I be checking it for. But prior to him turning it off, I wasn't really checking his location unless I was like, oh, I'm gonna make dinner or something tonight, or like I'm gonna do something for us tonight, and I just want to know like how close he is to being home or how far he is from the house before I put the cornbread in the oven. You know what I'm saying?
Funny, yes.
Like, that's really all I wanted.
So I can make sure I am doing something productive when he comes home and not watching Hulu. Like,
girl. So why the lady who I grew up across the street from? She told my mom back in the day that like the trick to like make it seem like you're cooking a good meal or like you've been busy all day is to boil onions.
Because it'll make your house
and
smell like it.
It'll make your house smell like food.
I hate them.
She literally was like, I guess my mom went to her house one day because the lady literally lived across the street. I guess she went to her house one day.
That's funny as fuck.
And my mom was like, ooh, it smells good in here. Well, what are you making? And she was like, oh, no, honey, I'm just boiling some onions before my husband get home. So he thinks that I've been in here cooking all day. So he thinks I've been in here.
End up eating
Girl,
when he
take
got
out.
home?
She ordered fucking food. She ordered food. Put this shit in the pan to make it look like she cooked, and she had boiled fucking onions.
I'm dying.
Girl, but my mom told me this shit as an adult. This is some shit that I guess happened when I was like a kid. You know what I'm saying? So when she told me this, like when I was like in my early 20s, when I first started dating a man and was like trying to be a woman to a man, and just like on some like funny shit, she was like, well, as long as you do. She's like, whatever you do, just don't boil no onions and try to fake it like you've been cooking in there. She said, if you're going to cook, you better actually cook. Don't try to fake it. If you take takeout, let that man know that it was some takeout. Because if not, he going to be expecting a gourmet fucking meal from your ass, and you're not really prepared to make that fucking meal. So I'm like, what you talking about? Girl, she ended up telling me about that lady boiling them goddamn onions, and I was rolling.
That is hilarious, and that is totally a thing.
Girl.
That's funny about the location thing, how you said that you check your friend's location before calling her. My other friend Jennifer, she lives in Miami. I don't know why. Jennifer, but okay. I don't know why, but I have this bitch's location on my phone, and every time I be ready to FaceTime her, I'm like, let me check where she's at. If it says she's in South Miami, she's home and I'm calling. But that's the only reasons why I like check. But other than that, I don't know if it's just me, if I'm paranoid, but if I had a nigga's location, I personally would feel like nervous to be looking at it all the time. Like, I don't know.
I wouldn't require it in my relationship. If he wanted to offer it, I don't think that I would say no. I would want, if that's what he was willing to offer, I'm assuming that he wants me to have it if he's offering it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it. But I get what you mean, because it's like the anxiety behind, oh my God, if I check this location and he's not where he said
where
that
he
was
says, right, it's not even the truck, it is the anxiety of it, like 100%. Like my ex was a truck driver, so he'll be in all different types of states. So if I seen his location, I would expect for him to be somewhere different. But if I don't see him in one of them states on them regular routes, baby, where the fuck are you at? And I'm gonna start asking questions.
So what if he's in she is loud as fuck.
Yes.
So what if he's in a different state than what he told you? Like, what if he's in Georgia and he's supposed to be like in Louisiana?
Why did you tell me you were in Louisiana? Why did you lie about that? Now I think you got a truck stop hoe. Why are you lying? Because that's what I'm feeling like. Because there's no reason for you to lie to me. Or you got one of them, you know, them truck drivers who got two families and shit. They got one here, one there. I'm not doing that.
That's a real thing.
And you already know, we know people in these type of situations.
Yeah, that's a real
who
thing.
Got too much shit going on. Like, seriously, no.
Goddamn.